many of these Jubilees have you been to?
This would be number 48 for me, I think. That's cool. Yeah, over there.
How meaningful has this been to the town? You grew up here, and this has been going on for most of your life.
Yes, it's very meaningful to us. It brings a lot of people in here to experience the town of Pendleton, which is a great thing because once they do, they're coming back. We have a very good event because you have handcrafted goods. You have very unique items that you're not going to see anywhere else but right here. And that's one of the big parts of it that I think makes a lot of difference because, you're not going to see the Ginsu knives and the Shamu, mop and all that. You're going to see some stuff that's really good, really valuable. And then we have, our businesses here too that you can experience, which we've got some great restaurants, we've got some great big stores. We've got an art studio over here, candy store over here, which is voted #1 in the state. And it's a beautiful day. I mean, we've been blessed over the years to have really great weather for this thing, and today's no exception to that. So I expect this is going to be a good one too. And also the music. We have music, we have entertainment. I mean, so, you got food, you got music, you got entertainment, you got stuff to drink, you got all kinds of shopping opportunities here and other things. Hey, how can you beat it?
Yeah, but if you call kind of
What role has this festival played in the growth of the town? I know the town's grown so much over the years. How important is this festival in that growth?
Change of clothes. Oh, very important, because it gets our name out there, and people don't realize what a wonderful place Pendleton is until they come here and see it for themselves sometimes. But this is, I think, in my opinion, it's the greatest town anywhere. And I think you'd agree with that. You grew up here, so you know how nice Pendleton is. A lot of history here, and just a lot of great people here. We have a real sense of community here in Pendleton. So these people we have a lot of volunteerism. We have people up here now volunteering to help with this, and you get to see what kind of people live here too. It's just a great town, great place to come.
I'm Joanna Solid, and I'm the owner and artist of Solid Moss Company.
Tell me what this is. I don't think I've seen this here at the Jubilee before.
So it's all preserved moss art, which means the moss has been fully preserved to make it look like it's still living, but it's not. So you don't water it. So I have a big sign, but no one reads my sign.
What got you into this? How did you get involved in this?
My mom's a master gardener, so I've been around plants my whole life, and all my friends kill plants. And so I started doing this so that everyone can have art in their home that's organic, that lives for or lasts for a long time.
Are you involved in other forms of art, or this is your genre?
This is what I do. I make moss art, so it's called biophilic design.
Now, have you been to festivals before with it, or is this your first festival?
I've been to festivals. Normally, I do festivals in Atlanta, all the little town festivals and the fine art festivals, but I live in Hartwell, so this is closer.
Yeah, really. But what do you think about this festival compared to some of the others?
I think it's great. It's a cute little town. I like it.
Now, all right, spell your name for me.
It's Joanna, and my last name is Solid, like a rock, SOLID.
Thanks.
Perfect.
I've been walking around. Seems to be some new artists here today. What's it looking like in terms of how many artists are here and what y'all expect for today?
I love the percentage questions. So we have a little bit over 70 total artists. Oops, I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
You want to? We'll start it again. We have a little over 70 artists. And I love our percentage questions because we have a majority participation from South Carolina. That's really important to our goal. We have a ton of regional artists. And then, of course, we have nationally regional folks, too, and people from as far away as Wisconsin. So a little bit of everyone. And in terms of new artists, I have 5 first-time participants this year. And so I want us to give them a really great welcome and give them a little bit of extra loving because when they finally come to Pendleton and they participate in the show, you would not believe the compliments that we receive as a community and as a leadership team. So we'll love them back, and then they'll come back every year.
And you have the traditional. Remind people why the traditional entry is with the bagpipe processional. Why it's the beginning of this festival?
That's my favorite part of the show. So our sister city is in Stornoway, Scotland, and they thank us at their festivals, and we thank them at their festivals for that international participation. And it's just such a great honor to have Joyce McIntosh. She's a very, very proud Scotswoman, and she plays our entry pretty much every year when we can get her, unless she's already over there. But it's just really important to kind of link back to that connected city and pay homage to them when we can.
And for people who have not been here, it's not just art, there's music and food and other things going on, right?
Yes, absolutely. So it isn't just your traditional art mediums either. We have wearable art. I have several demonstrations today for a chainsaw bear carver. John Owen's going to be out here with what is called a quiet chainsaw to show us what it really takes to create his version of art. And then, of course, you have your other things. We have some of the best food. And one of the unique things about Jubilee is that we don't have a competition rule. So we don't have a pizza vendor because we have a pizza storefront. We don't have an ice cream vendor because we have an ice cream storefront. So we really try to bring you dynamic things that you can't get every day down here.
Tell me what y'all are doing here at the Pendleton Spring Jubilee.
So the library's here. We're doing a tiny art show. We have little 3-inch canvases, and patrons can come and kind of design their own canvas, and then we're going to display them in the libraries around the county.
And the library's been a part of this festival for quite a while. Y'all have something here every year, right?
Yeah, we've been here for, I've lost track how many years now. We always have something different, some kind of interactive, something to do for all ages.
And the Pendleton branch, I think one of the busiest branches. Where can people find out what all's going on in Pendleton?
So the library website is andersonlibrary.org. It has all the events for the tiny art coming up and all the other locations where people can do their canvases around the county, as well as all the programming in Pendleton and other library locations.
Sure, my name's Jennifer Harkey. My company is Jennifer Harkey Studio, and I'm from Summerfield, North Carolina, which is part of Greensboro. And the basis of all my designs are recycled glass. It's all different wine, liquor, household bottles. And then for the interior pieces, they're paired with wood or metal, and they're to only hang inside. And then all the exterior pieces, the chimes and the spinners, they're all made to be indestructible to go outside.
And what got you into this particular genre of art? How did you get involved in glass?
Well, I started off in stained glass. I used to work for a company. We did a lot of stained glass window restoration, and I loved that. But then we had to move, and at the time when I was working in that studio, we played a lot with the kilns and recycling glass, and it kind of just developed from that. And when I moved and had my own kiln, I started to branch out and do a lot more.
And have you been to the Pendleton Jubilee before?
Yes, the last year was my first year, so second year.
And what is your impression of this festival?
Oh, fantastic. I mean, the weather's great always. They do a great job running it. It's really well put together.
I'm Joe Hiltbeidel. I'm from Travelers Rest, South Carolina, or TR as we know it, in the upstate.
Now, keep up here where I get. I was walking by your tent. Of course, everybody's stopping. You've got your art is very unusual. How do you describe it, and how did you get involved in this particular form of art?
I describe it as whimsical conversation starters. I used to take pictures of landscapes, waterfalls, mountains, and I would come to an art show, and 30 other people had pictures of landscapes and waterfalls, and I got a little bored of my own work, and I just wanted to do what makes me happy. And I actually had a dream about cereal one night, and the picture I had a dream of is over here. It's called Evolve. And I woke up, I told my wife, I had this weird dream and I want to try and recreate it as a photo. I had so much fun doing it, I abandoned the whole landscape photography and I just started building miniatures. So every one of these is a real miniature. I really made a wooden table. Everything on it is polymer clay. I use Lego, food, household materials, and just try to build small things and then shoot it in a white box and make it a large photo.
This seems like, unlike shooting landscapes, a tremendous time investment. Is that right?
Landscapes?
No, what you're doing here.
Oh, I glue my fingers together all the time. My hands are not built to do miniature stuff, but yeah, but it doesn't require travel. I can do it in my house over a period of weeks without having to wait on certain lighting conditions and things like that. It just takes, every 3 days in the shower, I think of something I want to add to this one photo, and I can kind of work on it over time and make it just what I want it to be.
Have you been to the Pendleton Jubilee before?
I was here last year, almost the same location, and then before that, I had taken like a 5-year break. The last time I was here, I had those landscapes, the waterfalls, that kind of stuff. And this is a much better medium for me. It's a much better subject matter for me. It gets me into a lot of shows that I might not otherwise get into because it's so competitive.
How does this festival stack up against the other ones you've been to?
This is fantastic, and I know a lot of people in this event. It's local for me. I travel as far as Texas or Ohio, Miami, but this is an hour from home, well organized, obviously a great turnout of people. The weather is cooperative today, and there's just a lot of strong art here that's good to see.
Tell me about the Pendleton FFA.
The Pendleton FFA chapter is very involved in the community. We love helping out and teaching kids about ag. It's one of the favorite things about coming to the Spring Jubilee, especially it being the 48th Annual Spring Jubilee. We just love teaching kids.
And y'all are at the Jubilee every year, right?
Yes, sir.
What do y'all do to get these plants ready for this?
We water them daily in the greenhouse with our irrigation system in the greenhouse.
How many people are involved in putting all this together? Do you know?
All of our Pendleton high school ag classes are involved. Our middle school, our Riverside, they have their own greenhouse, and the high school has two. They all just help out during classes and really get involved.